Første gang vi fikk vite at Gearbox Software skulle lage et Alien-spill var helt tilbake i 2006. I 2008 ble Aliens Colonial Marines offisielt avduket, men siden den gang har nyheter om spillet vært sporadiske. Her på E3 er det åpenbart at Gearbox nå har bestemt seg for å gjøre spillet klart til lansering i 2013. Blant annet har de hentet inn en skikkelig skytespillveteran for å lose spillet gjennom sluttfasen. John Melky har jobbet i id Software, han har jobbet med Fair-spillene, og han har vært med på utviklingen av No One Lives Forever-serien. Og han forteller oss at Aliens Colonial Marines vil være trofast til den populære filmserien.
Well, first off, which is one of the coolest things, is it's canonical. It's a canonical sequel to Aliens, right? So which is awesome. You know, a dream come true for me because I'm a big Aliens nerd. You know, so that's really cool. So this takes place after Alien 3. So in Aliens, at the end of Aliens, everybody gets into the hypersleep chambers, and that's the end of Aliens. In the beginning of Alien 3, you'll remember that the EEVs are ejected, and we're presumed that the Sulaco explodes over Fury 161, and that, you know, Ripley is marooned and all that fun stuff. The beginning of our game, there's a distress call that comes in from Corporal Dwayne Hicks. That is there's a distress call coming from LV-426, and we our Marine group on board the Sephora, which is a different Conestoga class ship, same as the Sulaco. We had to go investigate what's going on. We arrive at LV-426 to find the Sulaco sitting there, and it was presumed destroyed. You know, so what's the Sulaco doing there? No idea. You know, we board the ship, and then all of a sudden, you know, everything goes to hell, of course, because it's an Aliens game, right? So everything goes crazy, and we're going in trying to figure out what's going on, and it just progresses from there and starts unraveling further and further. And we start out, you know, the whole tagline of James Cameron's film, you know, this time it's war. If you go back and look at it, it's not really war. it's a small squad, you know, and they're going in and surviving. And we really wanted to deliver on that. So at the beginning, you're going in on the Sephora, and it's a warship. There's 400 Marines on board, and you guys are going in force to see what's going on. And that just starts dropping. Just people are, you know, just dying, you know, and it becomes very desperate, you know, as we move forward through the game.
Yeah, I can imagine also that this game sort of became like it was born out of Aliens vs Predator with the Marine campaign, which is, you know, one of the scariest experiences I've had in video games. This is going to be pretty scary too, right?
Oh God, yeah. This is straight up. I mean, there was the whole Alien versus Predator thing, which was kind of cool. And weirdly enough, I was originally hired at Monolith Studios to work on AVP2, but I never did, which was weird. So now I'm back working on Colonial Marines. Weird. It's not really, you know, related, you know, because we're really looking to go right after what James Cameron did. You know, it's like that was the film that I fell in love with, of, you know, just the presentation of all the gear, the way the Marines behave, you know, their relationships and how the camaraderie and all that kind of stuff. It was just such a great, you know, experience, and that's what I always wanted to see the sequel for. You know, I want more of that, you know, more of that experience. Let me go do that, you know, kind of thing. And that's what we're really embracing here, is that idea of let's walk in those shoes. Let's be a Colonial Marine. Go in and continue that story, you know, that story and where that goes, you know. So it's pretty cool.
Also, the aliens are, you know, practically invincible, and it's almost impossible to kill them. Is it difficult to find the right balance between, you know, being too powerful and being, you know, killed all the time?
Absolutely, because, you know, there's those phases you go through in the development when you're tuning those in, you know, where, you know, at one point they felt too fodder, you know, you would just mow through them, you know, and it felt more like you were exterminating them than threatened by them, you know, and my belief with the aliens is they're the ultimate killing machine, you know. It's like you want to be feared, you want to be fearful, you know, those things are coming at you, that's scary as hell, you know, and it's like you don't so much go hunting them as you survive them hunting you, you know. So that's the angle we're taking toward it, is that it's scary as hell, and the Xenos are just powerful, you know. But you got to balance that, you know, because they can't be just killing machines, and, you know, it is too difficult. But we're getting a pretty good balance right now. It's feeling pretty good. You get those moments of being afraid, you know, when you're facing the Xenos, and you also get those comeuppance moments of power where you got the smart gun and you're just mowing guys down, you know.
Yeah, there has been several attempts to make really scary shooters, but not
really.
Yeah, really.
Really.
You mentioned you worked on Fair as
well.
I
worked on Fair, yeah.
But it's difficult to get it right. I mean, to make something really scary, because most games end up being action games. How would you say the balance is between action and horror?
Well, most of the people that work on the project, you know, you ask any of them, what's your favorite film of the Alien series, you know, and they'll say the first two is their favorite film, and we've tried to strike a balance between having the sort of war concept of you know, powerful Marines, and then balance in those moments of more the feel of Alien, where you feel very vulnerable and, you know, being stalked and hunted and that kind of stuff. And it works really well. We got a lot of really good tools available to us in the Aliens franchise, right? Because we got, you know, thank you James Cameron for designing the game mechanic of the motion tracker, right? You know, so you know, I mentioned before, it's like you've got a pulse rifle with an underbarrel grenade launcher, and you're walking down this hall, and you're in these rooms, and you know, and you get a ping on the motion tracker. So you put up your rifle and you pull out the motion tracker, and you're looking at it, and there's signals, and it's just like right out of the film. You know, it's like they're moving in on you, and you're looking at the environment, going, okay, you know, are they coming through the ceiling? You know, is it that hole in the floor? Is it that window? Is it that door? Is it that vent? You know, oh my God, okay, they're coming in. You're looking, you know, and then there's that moment where they get close enough where you're like, okay, pull that down and get the gun up, and you just, you know, waiting, and then no one shows up, which is horrible. You know, you pull the tracker back out and it's gone silent, and it's like, oh crap, you know, where'd they go? You know, then you're moving forward really scared, and then like bursts out of a ceiling vent or something, you know, and then you're in the thick of it, you know. That's exciting, and it's really cool. You know, it's a great blend of, you know, big action and that tension, you know. And then there's a lot of stuff that we do just with, you know, the compositions of spaces and stuff that, you know, psychologically mess with your head, you know, to where, you know, the environment works well to ask questions of the player, you know, so as you're going through, it's, you know, you're scared to go around, that's a corner that offers the opportunity for something to happen, you know, so you're tense going around like, okay, whew, you know, and you're checking all your areas of like, where's the threat's going to come from. So it's this great tension, even though you're a badass, you got these amazing weapons, you know, so it's a cool balance.
Seems like also this game is a perfect opportunity for co-op. Are you doing anything with that?
Yeah, we are. It's drop in, drop out up to 4-player co-op in the campaign, which we're working on tuning right now to make sure that it feels good, so that it's not just my buddies are playing the game with me. We're looking to try to get areas where it's set up in really good ways, where there's opportunities to have like better coverage of an advance through a space because you got your buddies with you. Opportunities for multiple roles or objectives to be accomplished in spaces because you have your buddies with you. So it's actually playing as co-op, beyond just being fun to play with your friends. Playing as co-op actually offers some really cool opportunities that you wouldn't have, you know, when you just play through the single player campaign. So.
Any chance of any of your buddies in co-op can become infected?
We played with that for a while, and it ended up not being very fun, and so we ended up pulling that out.
Okay.
But it was kind of one of those things where, you know, my buddy gets face hugged, and then he's got an alien inside of him. He's gonna die later on, you know, and it's that wasn't so much fun, you know, kind of thing. So we ended up pulling away from that.